Good evening, good people. Listen, it is another dope episode of the Fat Girl Chronicles. We are in the building tonight, and we got a guest with us. We've been bringing y'all some dope guests, and if y'all ain't been watching, I don't know what y'all been doing. So you need to go back and watch the other episodes from last month, leading up to the show today, because we've had some amazing guests bringing some dope conversations, great things to talk about, great things for you all to tap into yourself, your life, your home, all of that stuff. So tonight, as you can see, we have our beautiful guest. Her name is Miss Kadija Taylor with us of Home and Sanctuary. And of course, we got the fellas with us on tonight. Moses, tell the people who you is, who you are.
What's going on? What's going on? Brooklyn representing. Moses, Haitian Boy Images. You know what it is. Get at me.
He get a haircut and he can't even do an intro no more. That's crazy.
Wow, you coming at my neck with your hat, with the Charlie Brown hat.
Crazy.
I didn't do it.
She was thinking it though.
I said nothing. Okay, I said nothing.
She had to send the goons to do the work. She was thinking it though.
Oh, I'm gonna go now.
Minding my business.
Oh wow!
I'm minding my business. Okay. So, Pablo, tell the people who you are.
Hey everybody, what's going on? This is your boy Pablo, aka Grandma's favorite grandson, aka the bearded wonder, the man of 1,000 names, Mr. Moore, AKA's in the HBCU. Pinkies up. What's going on? CEO of that thing of ours, Tarkarian's Media Group. We here.
Sir.
You said tell them who I am. That's who I am.
All right.
Slow down.
You do a lot of gang signs.
All of the gang signs.
That is slow. That was slow. You know how I used to come out. It used to be like it was the gang of them, but I slowed it down just a little bit.
Jesus. Okay, and Miss Kadija, I'm not gonna let you introduce yourself. Okay, I'm gonna introduce you, honey.
Thank
we
you.
have none other than Miss Kadija Taylor, who is a native of Denver, Colorado. Okay, she was telling us about it before we came on. She is a native of Denver, Colorado, and she also graduated from the University of Colorado at Denver. Ooh. Mm-hmm. So she began her career in property management, where she spent over 11 years in affordable housing, serving many disadvantaged and marginalized populations in the city. Better come on and serve the community. During this time, she served on various project committees for rehabs, renovations, and new builds, and she fell in love with design and knew it was time to make a change. Listen, when God calls, it's time to do your thing. Mm-hmm. So in 2016, she decided to spread her wings and venture into the world of real estate and home design, which ultimately led her to open Home and Sanctuary. Home and Sanctuary is a multi-service interior design firm with a deep commitment to building thoughtful and caring relationships with our clients. We believe that space is sacred, land is spiritual, and your home is your sanctuary. You better come on with that. We value the importance that land and space play in the overall wellness of a person. And we make it our business to help you discover how thoughtful design can be a practice of self-care and self-love. Listen, Fat Fam, I need y'all to welcome Miss Kadija Taylor.
Thank you for having me.
Hello. Listen, I am super excited to have you on here for several reasons. One, because you do interior design, but two, because I am in the process of making my home my sanctuary and intentionally curating my space. So I'm looking forward to all of the possibilities of what we're going to learn tonight. And I hope my sisters are watching, because they are redesigning their homes and making their spaces their own. So I'm hoping they are watching as well.
I love it.
So tell us first and foremost, like we got the bio, but tell us like what was that little extra push to get you into interior design?
Oh, I think it was that extra push that most Black folks experience. You realize that when you're in corporate America, you may not, or a lot of times are not given the opportunities that you want to flourish and experience your career in the way that you want. And, at heart, I am a free spirit. I never really enjoyed working for someone, but I loved the work I was doing. And so I just
Mhm.
took it as my nudge from God, universe, to go out and do my own thing. I have been putting off becoming a broker in Colorado. We're required to be not just real estate agents, but brokers. So I was putting off getting my broker's license, and I decided I'm just going to do it. And I haven't looked back. So that was the real reason. And then I wasn't happy with what I was seeing in housing, and I knew I could bring something new to the market. So, yeah.
Yes, come on, new things. I love it. Um, when it comes to curating, because I'm gonna jump right in because I'm trying to get
Go.
to the nitty gritty. I want to know all the things
Let's do it.
because I want to make this space of mine my little home, my little nest.
Yes.
So when it comes to curating your home,
Hmm.
after you've thrown everything away, because that's what
Hmm.
I started with. I started throwing everything I moved in here. I
Hmm.
started throwing stuff away. So, after you get to throwing everything away and then you're ready to start curating and making your space your own and adding your little touch, whether it's an apartment, whether it's a duplex, whether it's a home,
Yeah.
a condo, wherever it is that you're living, you always want to make that like your space. So, what
Yes.
are like the first steps to being able to do that to make it your own?
Okay. So I would like to say before you throw out anything, I think the first start is figuring out what's going on with you. I always tell my clients or potential clients during our design chat, like, why are you here? Like, what's happening in your life that's driving change or the need to feel like you need a physical change in your spaces? And a lot of people jump right over that part and get into purchasing things. They throw everything away and then they buy a whole bunch of stuff. And the thing is, when you're not thoughtful about where you're at, why you're doing what you're doing, and what you want your space to not look like, but feel like, the truth of the matter is where you're at in your life is related to how you need to feel and how you want to feel, and then you let that influence what you decide to
Yeah,
purchase. So
I like that.
before you start spending a lot of money and investing in new furnishings, decor, and whatnot, I think it's really, really important to get centered about where you're at, why you need to change, what you need to get rid of, and what you want to eventually bring into your space.
That's
Yes.
good.
Hmm.
I don't think a lot of people think about that part. It's like
Hmm.
what brought you to this space or what brought you to this point in your life.
Yeah.
I know for me, currently it's a new space for me. I'm
Hmm.
transitioning
Hmm.
from life being a whole shit show and to now having my own once again and now wanting to create um just a space where I can come in and be comfortable. Like I love my little space. It's not even everything that I want it to be, but it's mine. And so I can come in
Hmm.
here and be in that space. It's mine.
Hmm.
I've worked very hard to bring the good energy in here first. That's been the
Hmm.
biggest thing is
Hmm.
making sure that the energy in this space is everything that I want it to be.
Hmm.
And so even with doing that, I've had to be mindful of who I let enter this space, which
Come
a lot of
on.
us don't do.
Come on.
I've been mindful of who I let into this space, who I even let know where I stay.
Come
That's a,
on. That's a whole word. It is.
yeah. A lot of times, people just want to pop up and stuff, and I don't care about pop ups because I do have an open door policy.
Hmm.
When I'm home, I have an open door policy because everybody's home isn't their sanctuary. Everybody's home doesn't provide peace.
That's right.
So that's how I've always been. When I lived in my old place before. I don't know what y'all shaking y'all heads for.
You never got invited. I have never been invited to your place. That is some nonsense.
And that's a lie.
This
That is a
open door
lie.
policy nut? I have never.
That is a lie, Moses, because even before I moved in here, when I got ready to move into my other space, you had been invited because you were supposed to come here and do a photo shoot. So, stop lying.
I was saying, don't come to my door. That's what I was saying.
I'm talking about Moses.
Moses on some other stuff. I said, don't pop up on me. You pop up on me, it's gonna be a problem.
Well, I mean, that's not your policy though. Like, that is my policy though. I have an open door policy.
Pablo, you are really DMV to the core, huh? Thank you.
We talked about this already. I am from Baltimore. I don't know what the DMV is.
He's from DMV. He's from DMV.
That's why Baltimore's a part of the DMV.
It
is. They just swear that's a different area, but that's always been my policy. Even when I lived in my previous apartment, and even now, I always make that my policy. Like, the people that I love and know, if you know where I stay, I have an open door policy. And just because I'm here, or if you come over here, that don't mean you got to talk to me. That don't mean you have to come in here and we don't have to talk. If you just needed a space to come and decompress, come on in here. I got coloring books. I got markers, crayons, paint, canvases. You can come in here and watch TV. I got my little salt lamp. You know, I got my little babies in here, my plants. Whatever your desire is, or whatever your need is, then you can come through. I got music. I got plenty of speakers around this thing. I got one. I got speakers. I even got a speaker in the shower. If you need to go in there and take a shower and decompress, listen to some music, then there's one in there as well. But I did not think. That's just always been the beginning. But before I even started purchasing stuff, so I'm now in the space of wanting to purchase, and I'm like, I want a groovy, like, free-spirited vibe. Like, that's really what I want.
I love that. But intuitively, you took the time to figure out that's what you wanted and what you needed. And most people are actually not that thoughtful. They're moving through life so fast. And a lot of people haven't taken the time to practice stillness. We just don't. And when you do not practice stillness, you can never be in touch with what your heart and your mind is trying to communicate to you, and what God or what universe is trying to get across to you. So that's beautiful. That's intuitive for you to do that. But the majority of folk are not doing that. And it's why our home is not our sanctuary. And the fact that you're saying, I have an open door policy, the truth of the matter is you have an open door policy for people you trust who are not going to violate your space and not treat it sacred. And so when you decide that that's what your home is going to be, you change. Like, even Pablo's like, no, don't pop up at my house. I ain't necessarily mad about that, to be honest with you.
That's all
because what you're saying, even when you say you let someone come in and decompress, immediately I know that there's a part of you that resonates with being a healer, right? Because when you're saying come in and dump your energy here, it means that you have the resources to clear your space and bless it again. But some people don't have to do that. So the importance of being able to know your boundaries, your physical boundaries, so that your home can be a place of rest and reset and rejuvenation is super, super important. And as Black people, the fact that we're dealing with the outside world all the time, it's so important that our home is that safe space. So it's it's not just about, and it's not just about what looks good, it's about what feels good. And so you've taken the time to figure out what feels good to you. So, yeah.
Because I literally just posted the way I come home and be ready to get in the bed is insane. Yes. because like everything was intentional, like about the color scheme in my room and things like that. And I want to talk about that too, because a lot of people don't even know how color schemes and things like that play into the comfort and care of your home, the psychology of your home.
Yes.
The one thing that I ended up learning that because I studied sociology and psychology in college. So it was like, oh, I had to learn all these things. Plus, I went to school for early childhood education, so we had to know about
You know,
colors and all of that other kind of stuff and how they affect
your
the flow of the
moods.
room.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you got a red, you got red popping off, them kids gonna come in there popping off.
I'm
So
just saying, a lot of
we,
energy.
we had to learn those things. So
Yeah.
any of y'all got questions? Because I'm excited. Like this is my
No,
thing. So
I just want to know more about the stillness because I'm not gonna lie. I've been learning more about decompression and just trying to be at peace with myself because when you're always on the run, like
Yeah.
if you if you're always on the run, like you don't have time, you don't have time to for yourself. Like
Yeah.
decompression is very important to me, at least.
Absolutely.
So I'm just learning about like the color thing. I'm not gonna say I'm a pro at, but the stillness, I want to know more
Is.
about that. That's more
Okay.
where I want to tap into, if
Perfect.
anything.
I love that. I love that. And I would love to start with that. One of my anchor services is creating prayer and meditation spaces. And so
Mm.
sometimes you're home, right? You have a family, you have kids, you might be multi generational, there's a lot going on. Being able to, if you can't take the whole house to be your vibe, you create a space. Maybe you have a closet, a room, a wall where you're saying you're not into the color, but I just want to let you know the color plays and helps you influence the energy of stillness. So, stillness is really about, for me, I'll say this, prayer is about talking to God, universe. Meditation is about hearing from God, universe. And then clearly your faith is about how you're moving with God and universe just day to day, right? So
Mm.
I always start my morning, my daily practice is about talking to God and hearing. And if the only thing you can do is you're like, I don't have the money to invest in doing all the things I would want to do, just get a quiet space. Do you have a quiet space in your home? Do you have like a room, a closet, a wall, an area in your bedroom where you commit to not letting anything defile that space in terms of you don't keep it messy. You don't
Mm.
let anyone come in there, throw stuff. You may not eat in this space. You may not listen to music. I do. I keep technology out of my meditation space. There's no technology that comes in here. Um, and then every day, 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes we overthink it. We go into this space where it's like, oh, I have to be doing the most. You really don't. 5 minutes, 10 minutes of just being quiet and spending time with yourself before you offer yourself to the world and everybody that's about to call you, text you, email you is super, super, super important. And it's a way of not just resetting your nervous system, because that's what you're doing when you're practicing stillness, but you also uh, it also allows you to decide how you're going to interact with people throughout the day. I noticed the days I miss that prayer and meditation, you might not know. I don't know what Kadija version of Kadija you might catch, to be honest with you, depending on what's
whoo, tell
happening.
them. Okay.
It's true. And so that's really, really the importance of that stillness and not to overcomplicate the conversation. I grew up in church, right? And I feel like religion has a way of sometimes overcomplicating how to bring peace into your life. And so,
Mm.
really, just 5 to 10 minutes of no music, no phone, no TV. I light my candle and I get still. And I just sometimes it feels amazing. You're like, oh, I'm hearing things and ideas are coming to me. And sometimes you're like, huh, I feel like I'm just sitting here. But there's something so important about the discipline of just showing up. And when you do that regularly, stillness becomes not just a practice, but something that you long to have. So yeah, you can do it. You can most certainly do it.
We
I
definitely
encourage you
need
to, and especially Black
busyness.
men. I have a lot of women clients, right? But recently I've been having the opportunity to work with Black men. Some Black men fall into two categories. Either they're OCD about their spaces or they're just kind of like lackadaisical with them. And it's so important that we not genderize, put your hands
or
up in
or,
the air,
or both.
or both,
Yeah, I want to be both. Yeah, I think I'm.
right?
Yeah, I'm both.
Depends on what part of the house you in. Depends on what part of the house you in.
I'm not mad, but I want you guys to know that this is not something that is reserved for women or femininity.
Mm-hmm.
This is about the human experience.
Mm-hmm.
And you need the same sort of love and care that is invested into yourself as everyone else. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that right there. But it's super important.
I got a quiet room in my house. The third room, it was supposed to be a guest room, but like I said, don't nobody come over here, so it's my quiet room now. Yeah, all the paintings that we paint during the time we've been in here is sitting on the wall and just sitting there. It's quiet and you can hear the birds in the background. Like it's super dope in there. So yeah,
birds in Baltimore.
Pablo.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Pablo, how did you designate this space to be a guest room, but you don't invite people over?
Because when I first moved in, I had the delusion that I was gonna have people over. 6 months in, I was like, "Oh, it feels good to have nobody here." That was it.
You don't really like people.
Say it again.
You don't really like people. I'm not surprised.
No, but there's nothing wrong with not liking people.
I didn't say that. I didn't say anything wrong with it. I think
right. We didn't say nothing wrong with it. We just stated the obvious.
Okay, so listen, I'm at that point. I don't like people.
Yeah.
Can you overdo a space? Do you think there's a such thing as overdoing a space, like causing too much?
Yes.
Okay.
Noise.
Yeah, because I was gonna say we got a couple questions on Instagram. I forgot to say hey to our Instagram people. Say y'all.
Hey,
but we do have some questions. And that was actually one of them, Ayla. Rodney said, can you actually overdo decorating? He heard that simple is better.
Okay, so I'm going to start with this. I think you need to follow your own gut unless you're bringing in a professional, right? There's a part of you that knows when you're doing too much in any area of your life. And you're just like, so most of the times, the reason why you keep bringing additional things in is because you keep looking at other people's stuff and being like, oh, I want that, and I want that too, and I want that too. Instead of, again, let's go back to that stillness, getting still and saying, okay, this is where I'm at right now. This is what I know I need. And these are the things that I feel connected to. These are the colors that I'm vibing with right now. Here's the aesthetic that I'm going for. And then don't go and judge it against what other people have going on. It's when you start bringing in other folk, other opinions, doing over researching, over investing in other people's ideas that you start doing too much. That's what I always find. And there's this feeling that you get. I know all designers could relate to this, where you're like, that's enough. That's the balance right there. You can look at a space and say, that's it. Nothing else needs to be here. And you also feel when something is missing. So, and clearly professionals, we do this every day, but you know it as well. And that's what I try to really teach my clients is I really want you to be intuitive about what you need. Sometimes you can't afford to bring a professional in and you have to lean into your gut and say, all right, this is enough. And I know that this is enough. And the one thing is when it's hard to start moving around, you guys, when there's no space to move and no one knows how to intuitively move through your spaces, you got too much going on. That layout and that spatial planning is really important. So that's always the first sign.
Yep.
Can we use things like Pinterest?
Absolutely. I always, my rule is be inspired, not influenced.
I like that. I like that.
I like
yeah.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah. When I first moved here, I specifically asked for, the open, layout. And I moved in. And, you know what I mean? And then, the man in me was like, oh, I need, the wraparound couch and this, that, and the third. I spent a gang of money on the couch. Couldn't get from the front door to the dining room. I was so upset with myself. I had to get rid of the couch. But yeah. But hey, yo, really?
You was buying with your eyes. You was buying with your eyes.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, I want this, that. Couldn't get to the dining room. I was like, yeah. So, but yeah. So
you got an open floor concept? Is your house an open floor concept?
Absolutely. If I open the front windows and the back windows, the people in the street can see my backyard.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's my next house. My old house was like that. My next house is gonna definitely be like that. Open floor. Definitely.
Love that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm over here trying to catch up. Instagram booming. Instagram is booming. Okay. Next question. Sorry, and that wasn't Rodney, that was Doc. My apologies. Oh, he said, does having a man cave equal sacrificing other spaces, decorating decisions by your significant other?
It should not, guys. Listen, I'm gonna say this again. Especially if you have a partner, it's so important. Like, you have your space, but they need their space too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfair to feel like, that they don't deserve to have their own space. They are somebody too. So, right. I'm a wife. I get it. I'm a designer for the most part. My husband is like, do what you want to do, but I make sure to include him in the conversation when we're making changes. Yeah. And then that's why it's important to just have your own space. If you have enough space for your significant other to have your man cave, have your man cave. Seriously, do what you need to do. And ladies, go ahead and do the things you need to do. But most certainly, no, it shouldn't. It shouldn't affect it. Yeah.
Because it's important for both of them to decompress. Like, it can't be just,
It's not one-sided. And I think if it's an issue of like aesthetic, right? Sometimes your likes and dislikes are so far off. A meeting of the mind can help, especially if your man cave is open to another space and other people are going to see it, and it breaks the kind of the flow and the energy of the home. Then I think that's a conversation that you guys can have. But it's so important that you do have your own space that is all about you, and you don't have to talk to nobody about it, and bring in there what you want to bring in there. So, yeah,
absolutely.
And I love what you said, like, you make sure to include him in the conversation.
Yeah.
Sidebar. Ladies, let me tell y'all something. Even if it's something that that he might not even give 2 cents about, he might not even care about the color, he might not care about nothing that you choose, including him in that conversation is going to help it flow easier for you. Because if you have the conversation like, babe, which couch would you like? I mean, I like this one. Mm-hmm. But which one do you like? Mm-hmm. It's always a way to make sure that they are included, but also still, to a certain extent, get what you want. If you picked out all these couches and you like all of them, it's not going to be a bad decision. Like, right. Any of them that he chooses is going to be a good choice because you picked out all of the couches that you knew you liked. So
that's right. And it's a balance of the energies, right? Yeah. Balance of energies as well. Mm-hmm. Like, if you have a home that just feels like you, but you live with someone.
Yeah.
I'm just side eyeing there. I can only see y'all, but I'm side eyeing.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying have your own space. If you're like, you know what, we're gonna design the communal spaces together, but this closet, that's all me. I got to have this closet. There's a way to negotiate so that everyone feels seen and heard, and that the home becomes everyone's sanctuary, as a collective and individually.
Unless they're Cowboy fans and you don't listen to nothing they have to say.
Oh, okay.
There's that part.
Wow, that escalated real quick. That escalated fast.
I'm just saying. They don't have no taste anyway. They're Cowboys fans. So they are.
Wow.
Oh.
Y'all, Dallas.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Well, let us know how you feel.
Hey, all I'm saying is just make sure that you are including your peoples. And then Doc also said one more question. How often should you make changes to spaces?
That's intuitive. You know when you need a change.
Yeah.
Really, you do. You know when you need to change. And this is why I don't encourage people to follow trends. Trends is why people are constantly making changes in their spaces, because all of what they're choosing has nothing to do with them. So unless you like investing in changing your spaces, and I don't know about y'all, if you like investing in nice pieces, that means you spend a lot of money every couple of years, especially if you're buying pieces that are going to last for a while. be careful with trends. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't have anything against them, but if it's not about you, it shouldn't be in your home. Your home should absolutely be a representation of you, not what you saw on HGTV.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My sister
Unless
changes.
that's something that.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that my sister, she changes according to the seasons.
I love it.
Depending on what the season is, she's changing her backyard, her deck, and her kitchen, and everything is going according to the season. And it actually makes a nice flow for each season. Like when you're sitting out there in that back, it just on her back porch, it just feels really laid back. Like we will sit out there all night.
I love that.
Chilling, smoking a hookah and drinking because it has a feng shui about it that makes it makes it feel real relaxing. So and that's her thing. I'm going to change it according to the season because at this point this is what I want to do. I don't want all this here, all this dark here. I want some more light. So yeah,
amen.
I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Yes, and she's in tune with what works for her.
Yep. Absolutely.
Everybody don't need to do that.
No.
But she knows what feels good to her. And I believe moving with the seasons as well, right? Even if it's small changes. In the winter, I usually have heavy drapery on my windows. In the summer, I'll change that out. Like in the winter, I may have like a crushed velvet or something heavy. And in the summer, I'll change that out for something linen. You know what I mean? Because I want the light to come in. I want the movement. When the breeze comes through. So I'm all for that. It doesn't have to necessarily always be colors, you guys. It could be texture and pattern, the lines of your furniture and your decor. All those things are included.
That's so good. And I wish I was one of those people who had the energy to change all the time. Like, I barely be having the energy to decorate for Christmas. So
that's a full-time job. I'm not gonna hold you. That's a
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Some people do a full-blown, like over the top. And I'll be like, "Oh, kudos to you, cause y'all gonna get this little Charlie Brown tree on the table, and we gonna do all that. Because if not, this gonna be up all year. Okay." Okay,
girl. I hear you.
Man,
it's a full-time job just to keep on being like, just to stand there and be like, I don't like this no more. Change the drapes. No.
The thing that I saw that people are starting to do now, which I actually think is pretty cool, is they're keeping their trees up, but they're changing it according to the
holiday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's super creative. Like some people just leave the tree up.
Don't do that.
That's super lazy.
That's lazy. Don't do that.
That's lazy.
Don't do that. That's not lazy. It's lazy leaving it up there with all the Christmas angels on there. That's lazy.
Yeah.
If I come to your house and your Christmas tree is still up, I'm walking out.
Bro, like you got eggs and bunnies on your tree, bro.
Yeah, I'm walking out. I don't care. I'm walking out.
Why would you not have the eggs and the bunnies?
Yeah,
I also think it depends on the color of the tree. Because some people have like their really, really green tree.
So you got the tree and it got hearts on it now for Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
I personally don't put up a tree, but yes, people are doing that. I saw one for
you should
Cinco
be ashamed
de
of yourself.
I saw one for Cinco de Mayo. I saw one for St. Patty's Day.
What they had Coronas on the tree?
So they had Coronas on Cinco de Mayo?
That would be so cute. That would be so cute.
There's nothing cute about that. There's nothing cute about that.
Oh, a Black History Month tree? What?
Black History? Nah, like.
Why you guys are really going? What in the?
So you gonna put an afro on top of the tree?
Listen,
with a pick. With the fish pick. What you talking about?
I think we're the only ones. We're the only ones.
Give me a little mannequin.
It looks like it.
If I do a tree this year, it won't be a regular tree. It'll be like a mannequin because I do fashion and wardrobe styling. So it'll be a mannequin tree. And if I was to do that, Ayla, that would be something I do. I'd be then turned it into a little Black History Month mannequin and all that other kind of stuff.
She decorates the dress for the Christmas.
Yes. For the Christmas. Yeah.
I'm here for it.
That's
serious.
so cute.
If I walk into anybody's house, there's a tree. and it has
That's
Coronas on it, I'm taking a Corona. I'm walking out. I'm just letting you know.
Not taking the Corona, then walking
I'm
out.
taking the
No,
Corona.
I'm just saying.
Elite.
No, we're gonna have an intervention. We're gonna bring all your friends over because you got a drinking problem. That's crazy.
Huh?
That's crazy. Like they got a Corona. We
I'm
doing
gonna
an
take the
intervention.
Corona and walk out. A
No,
Corona
we doing
is
an intervention.
refreshing.
See, you're not a good friend. You can't just leave them in there.
I mean, but if it's for decoration, that means anybody can come in here and have a Corona.
Nah, I'm good. That's crazy.
Just my thoughts.
And to grow and
Come on in here.
So
Come on in here.
Like,
come on to my
Like-
shot tree.
Yeah, you gonna have limes and shot glasses hanging around the thing.
Got to. Why not?
All right, cool.
like I'm not Kadija,
What-
I'm not
Whatever
gonna lie.
helps your
I'm
feng
feeling
shui.
the background right
Whatever
now.
helps your
I'm
feng
liking
shui.
the wood and the greenery.
Yeah, this
that's
is
gorgeous.
this
That
is
is
actually, you
nice.
guys. I'm actually in my meditation space. If you go to my page, you can see it. I posted it on the transformation that I made. But for me, bringing nature in was super important so I could feel grounded. Green happens to be my favorite color, but it's also in color psychology, green is a color that represents peace and serenity, along with blue. So that kind of that cool palette, and then I've sprinkled a whole bunch of just black art and
Yeah, I see
things
Rihanna
that-
behind you.
Mm,
I see
You know-
Rihanna behind you.
So
Is
Rihanna?
yeah,
No.
it's cool. I wallpapered my ceiling. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I wallpapered my
Oh,
ceiling.
wow.
as
Yeah, I can see
well.
That
That
is
is Rihanna. What are you talking about?
Pretty.
wallpaper in the ceiling sounds sexy.
Yeah.
You are creative. Wait a minute.
Thank
I've
you.
never seen that before.
Ayla,
So
What?
don't do it to
Yeah.
yourself. I've been good this whole show. I've been good this whole show. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yo, guess what? She didn't say nothing to you this time. You started with her again.
No,
This is
I just
some
said I told her that don't start. Okay, I've been good this whole show.
I wasn't even talking. I don't even know what your problem is.
So, anywho, as far as the green color, I've been feeling green, and I actually do have green in my bedroom. I have
love it.
emerald. I have emerald green, plum, and mustard.
love
Is
it.
my color
I love it.
in my bedroom.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I was real into
Plum and mustard.
I love
yes,
that.
emerald, plum,
Those are
and
jewels.
mustard.
You got
I'm
some jewel
trying
colors
to
going
Google the
on.
Jewel
color
tones.
Yeah, you got
jewel
your jewel
tones.
tones.
I like
Okay.
you had me at emerald, but the mustard you
I
threw me
love
off.
the emerald green.
Nah, baby.
You know what? You
The
can think
mustard
of the
one throw me off
mustard.
the. I'm trying to see the plum with it.
You can think of the mustard, even if you wanted to switch that out for like a finish, like a metal, like if it's a brass or if you prefer gold, or it doesn't necessarily have to. So when you do color palettes, you guys, it doesn't have to always be the literal color. It can be a play off of the color. It may be a finish, instead of the actual color itself. So
Yeah.
Oh, the
that's
mustard
pretty.
cake represent gold. Oh,
yeah,
right.
so you can put your
Yeah.
palette.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
something else
Okay.
that you guys should
I
do.
like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
so your Pinterest board, bring that kind of stuff in and say, all right, I love this color. I don't necessarily know if I want the color itself. So what's something that's closely related to it that I can bring it in? Is there a wood that has a yellow tone or a gold tone in there? Is there a finish, a metal finish that I prefer or like? Is it a copper? Is it an actual gold? Is it a brass? There's all these different options that you can. And always start, you guys. Always start with a mood board. Always start with a mood board. Get your ideas down on paper before you start purchasing a whole bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think my next man cave, I want to do a bunch of DIY.
DIY.
Yeah, like I see they made a whole couch out of like pallets.
Yeah.
Like he turned it into a whole theater out of pallets, and it came out looking real good.
Yeah.
I think I want to do something like that.
Me too. Look here.
Like DIY stuff is extremely fun. A lot of the stuff that I picked a lot of the stuff that I've been picking out has been because I knew what kind of feel I wanted. So when I looked up different colors and as I was looking for stuff, if it made me feel good, it was going in the cart. And then I sorted through the cart as I, decided further on what decisions that I wanted. So I was very, like, when I found my sheets, those been in my cart since I looked at them. Like, no, these are the sheet colors. This is the comforter color. I got the pictures that I want for my bedroom. Those have been in the cart. Like, I know certain things, but then as I've been picking out, like, what color curtains do I want? Do I want this color? Do I want something that's a hint that's inside of one of the paintings that I got coming? Or do I want it like an accent or what kind of thing? Because, and then I always bounce ideas off of my sisters and they always kind of spit back, well, wait till you get this and then you'll be able to see what you want. And then I'll be like, no, I'm ready to put something in the cart. Then it's like, I don't want to spend no money. I'm just ready to put it in the cart. So I know, like, this is,
That's
and
the
then
first
I decided that I wanted, like, the little blanket to lay across the foot of my bed, the little throw blanket. And I was like, I think I found an emerald, and I was like, oh, I like that.
Got to have it.
So all of those little things, and then like my little decorative pillows, those have been a combination of colors. And I even threw in like a cloud blue. And I was like, oh, that'll be pretty to kind of offset. And then maybe some pink just to kind of give it a little bit of a. So it's been fun. And that's why I was so excited to come across your page. Listen, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something that I have learned from Instagram. When they have those ads in there, click on them sometimes, because that's how I met. That's how I found Kadija. That's how I found Farrah. Because I was just on there scrolling and clicking on stuff. And when I got to their pages and got to looking through stuff, I found that these were things that I needed information on. But also, I'm like, well, going into the new year, these are things that our audience would like to know too. Or so I would think, because it's the top of the year. You want to change your spaces. You want to change out stuff. You want to be able to create a different vibe. And I know a lot of people who are in that space right now, who are redirecting, who are redecorating, purchasing stuff, making it an amazing thing, because your home, or even if it's not your home, even if you got a room in a house, like making that room your space.
That's right.
And so making that room your space, and where you can go in and decompress and have peace and all of that. So that's why I was like, oh, we got to get her on the show, because not just having this kind of information is important for us as the team, but it's important for our listeners as they continue to do different things in their life throughout the year.
Yes.
Because our community needs us to be at peace. Like,
Man.
for real. Our community, our family, our friends. I don't really care too much about the job, but depending on what your job is, your job needs you to be at peace when you go out there and do that as well. So
absolutely,
my job
definitely does.
Yeah, Moses, I know your job does. Moses be out there dealing with the people, like he be having folks walk up on him getting ready to beat him up because he done shut down the ATM. But I think it is important for these conversations to be had, but not just the conversations about our home and our sanctuary, but to also see that these are important things for Black people. These are important things for our community, because a lot of times we'll say we don't see Black people in these spaces. So that was also a part of the goal this year, was to show Black people in these spaces of interior design, doing PR work and all that kind of stuff. So like I said, Instagram has been a gem.
Really good. If you're looking for other Black designers, just to see other people in this industry, there's an amazing book that came out last fall. It's called Iconic Home by June Reese. You guys pick it up. It's a beautiful, beautiful coffee table book.
What is it? Iconic Home.
Iconic Home.
Oh yes, I'll put it up. I just saw that on your page.
Yep, Iconic Home by June Reese, and has 50 amazing interior designers all across the nation that are doing just outstanding work, have been doing outstanding work. And you can see just their, their different, all their different approaches to design. Everybody has a different feel and a different vibe. And can I say that as well? That's important. When you're choosing to work with a designer, it's important to see what their aesthetic is, because that's the work that they love to do. So find someone that you are like, you know what, I like what you do, and that's what I want. Find that person, because then what ends up happening is when they do your space, and you're usually happy with it. When you're asking someone to like, oh, I love an aesthetic I'm necessarily a lover of, I have appreciation for, is traditional. Not my thing, but there are some amazing designers, Black designers, who do traditional or transitional design that you can follow. Damian Jenkins, he's a huge one, a huge designer that does that type of work. So make sure that you're finding people that you can relate to, that you love the work that they've already done. So when they start working with you, you'll like what happens in the end.
Yes,
how important is color?
Oh,
like as far as like creating a space of, because like the colors that I looked up the colors that Leo, you said was in your bedroom, because I couldn't see it in my head, it going together. I can see the mustard and I can see the emerald, but I couldn't see the plum. So then I pulled those colors up together. I was like, oh, that actually kind of matches her personality in a way.
Love that. Yeah.
Like it's very bright and artistic, and it is vibrant, and that matches her personality perfectly. So so how important, because I know, like for me, I like a lot of different colors. My favorite is purple. But there's certain colors that just gives me probably a different serenity or a different feel than another. Like purple is gorgeous, it's a beautiful color, but it's not something that I was set in like my room. It's not
so I'm gonna put you on the spot. Tell me a color that when you see, you're like, huh, I feel peace kind of wash over me.
I would say it would have to be a forest green.
Let's see. There we go. You see how intuitive that is? So you guys, color psychology, that's what I consider. Leo was talking about this in the beginning. Color psychology is super, super important. And I'm a designer. I'm a wellness designer, holistic designer. So my work and the work that I do is rooted in wellness. So color psychology, I never miss it. That's something that when I speak with my clients, I make sure that, okay, this is what they're hoping for. This is what they need. And I find colors, and I research colors that I know are going to do that. I want you to also, guys, pay attention to hues. So you have blue, right? You have your primary colors, but then there's this range, depending on how much black or how much white or how much gray is added to a color, that will also influence the mood. So be mindful of that too. Like you're like, I love a deep forest green. I love a deep green as well, which is why I put that in my meditation space. But some people are like, I prefer something like sage. You know what I'm saying? So it can be it can all be different. It can all be different, and just be intuitive about it. What you want. Yeah, what you want to know. And this is so important, you guys. So important. And color, I tell people, is something that is so impactful for the least amount of money. If you want to change the feel of a space like this overnight, paint. But be intentional about those colors that you're choosing. Like you were saying earlier, Leo, you work with children. You're like, oh, we were careful with that red. That's because red is about
red is about passion. Red is about passion and love and all that other kind of stuff. You don't want that popping. You don't want all of that excitement popping off when you got a classroom of 23, 4, and 5-year-olds. Like you don't want that.
Red brings a lot of
paint the wall red.
But you do want sprinkles of it, and that's where you get into the balance, right? So, and then sometimes, depending on where you're at in your life, say there's someone who's like, I'm feeling low all the time. I never feel energized all the time. This may be an appropriate moment to get some red on your walls. And as soon as when that moment is over and you've transitioned out of that space, it's time to change it. I had one of my closest friends, and she's actually my business coach as well. She had a red office for about 5 or 6 years. And last year she was like, I don't know, the office. I was like, you don't need it anymore. you've reached that goal. You've hit that place where it's time to transition into something that's your soft girl era, I guess as we would call it right now. So, so just think about those things. Yeah.
What would you say to men? Because I know we talked and touched on men having those spaces, but like men having those spaces, but it seems like men kind of don't stray away from like black, gray, and like a brown or a tan or something like that. Like they may not throw in a pop of red or a pop of blue or a pop of yellow. It's like these straightforward colors. Like how would they incorporate that into their space just to give it a little bit more life so that it's not, I guess those colors come off gloomy, at least in my opinion.
In your opinion.
Gloomy. So how would you change that space that it has a little pop of like color or just life into it?
So when I'm working with men, the first thing I challenge my male clients is to redefine their definition of masculinity. I think sometimes we are so socialized to believe that this is the only way men can show up. And there's a lot of times men love a whole bunch of colors. And because they're so busy trying to prove their masculinity to somebody, that they're not giving themselves the freedom to enjoy the range of colors that exist in the world. So I start the conversation there. And then two, say that is their palette. I love grays. I love deep blues. I love browns and all that kind of stuff. For me, bringing nature into that space always brightens it. Being mindful about natural light that can come in, even the type of lighting that you're using, you may need to use brighter lights or have more lighting, more ambient lighting or what we call general lighting or layered lighting. There's task lighting, there's general lighting, there's decorative lighting, those type of things that create different ambiances for that space if you love those really deep colors. But the first thing I always say is redefine what masculinity looks like for you, and then be true to yourself and don't worry about what anybody has to say about it. It don't matter. It's about you. And as men get older, you see that they, just like us, they start caring, what people say. But when you're getting ready to invest in your space and drop big dollars, get what you want. If you like a bright fuchsia pink, maybe we won't get it in a sofa or a couch, but maybe it's going to be part of the art. Maybe it's going to be a throw pillow. You're not locked in. Nobody's locked in, so don't lock yourself in ever.
Absolutely.
We're not going to get fuchsia pink. We're going to get salmon. Thank you.
You're going to get salmon. Okay.
Okay.
You better get that salmon.
You gotta know your colors.
But
Moses,
like,
you had a fuchsia pink pillow.
With you, huh?
If you had a fuchsia pink pillow, we had to have a conversation, bro. That's all I'm saying.
First thing first, my fuchsia pink pillow won't be fuchsia pink. It'll be salmon. Thank you very much. You will not judge me. You see, she just said, "Do not judge me." Masculinity.
Hey. I ain't there yet. Right now.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. If I walk in the man's house and he got a salmon colored pillow, I'm gonna think some things, and it ain't gonna be negative. It's gonna be like,
okay.
First thing first.
What else you got up in here? Let me walk through.
First thing first.
What
There's
you
nothing
got
wrong
going
with
on?
a salmon color. And that's the funny thing.
It's not.
I remember,
it's nothing.
There is nothing wrong. That's the funny thing. It's crazy because I remember growing up, my mother tried to put a salmon color shirt on me, and I was like, "No, take this off." And now that's a color that I gravitate to because it goes with my skin.
Your skin tone.
Beautifully.
Absolutely. Come on, you better
talk about it.
Like beautifully, like it glows. And to make it even stand out, I'm talking about like I'm gonna be a little conceited right now. I look good in it. I look good.
You better let us know. You better flex.
You know what I mean? But like I said, you can scratch your head all you want. But let's think about it. Like you wear Lakers, like everybody want to wear Lakers purple. It's actually purple, but everybody want to call it Lakers purple because it's more
Lakers
masculine.
purple to make it masculine.
It's still purple, my guy. Lakers gold. The Lakers gold. What? Just because it's Lakers.
Mamba mentality. Kobe
Yeah,
won't
no,
accept that.
buddy. It's still yellow.
It's still yellow.
It's still yellow. It's
And
matter
still
of fact,
yellow.
I'm gonna call it what's the real color? It is it's sunflower yellow.
Oh,
Yep.
All right.
well,
All right.
It's
But
still
I'm not gonna lie,
yellow.
though.
As the
I have to
kids would
agree with
say,
you,
it's
Kadija,
still
like,
yellow.
I'm not gonna. I have to agree with you. Like certain colors, I've been noticing gravitate to me now, even when I dress. Like
Yes.
I used to be hardcore black and white, red, solid colors. Now I'm really going into the plaids. I'm trying plaid colors
Yeah.
out a little bit.
I love that.
Pastel colors.
Yes.
They're not,
Another that
you
was
know,
across my
pastel
comfort
goes a little long way now, buddy. You know what I
It
mean?
really does.
I'm gonna
That's
tell
how I
y'all
learned.
something.
It really does.
I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
y'all something.
I like off white, but they call it sand white.
Sand,
like,
ivory, or ivory.
Yeah, look, ivory. Yeah.
Mhm.
Those are beautiful colors, and
Yes,
and
they
like
are.
if you have the courage to wear it,
Come on, talk
you,
about it.
you,
It's
you
the
can make a
courage.
fashion
Yeah.
statement real
And,
quick.
and that's what I was just about to say, because women pay attention to those kind of things. Like,
Ew.
oh, you got on pink. Oh, you were you.
No,
like,
you gotta correct them.
and you-
I don't have on pink. I have on salmon.
Okay, you got on salmon.
You have on carnation.
Yeah, carnation.
You got on coral. Excuse me.
Come
You
on.
know, you got on periwinkle blue. You know, if you want to get into the depths of it, but like when you look at, like,
Periwinkle
a lot
blue.
of times women pay attention to those things
They do.
when it comes to a man's house, just like just like the bedroom. And that was a question on here as well.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say it just how he said it. Speaking of
Okay.
bedroom, what's a good panty dropper color?
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
Color. Can I say this? Who's this person's name?
Doc
Doc.
is asking.
Let's worry less about the color and more about the vibe. Your room is multi-purpose, right? You're not just sleeping in there. Clearly, you're hopefully having sex, and sometimes you're just hanging out in there. You're getting dressed. So it's really about a vibe. I believe that your bedroom, that's the place where it's like, if you talk about layering, texture, pattern, lighting, and aromatherapy, you guys, smell. That's something else that we often forget about. Like, those things matter. So especially if you're monochromatic, some people like, I only like light colors in my bedroom. I want whites everywhere. When you want to add visual interest, are you that way? Yeah. When you want to add visual interest, white comforter, sheet, everything. Yes. I'm the same way. I love a white sheet, a white cover, but I add texture. Comforter. I add texture and pattern to all of that kind of stuff, so that there's what we call visual interest. When you don't have any of those things, it falls flat on the eye, and the bedroom feels boring, or any space feels boring. So
I feel like you're not supposed to be in there. You know, like your mama's living room that you weren't supposed to go into because it was her white room. You don't go in there. That's how a bedroom. That's how a bedroom would feel if it's just all white, everything. Like, I'm not gonna come in here. I'm not touching this.
What Cat Williams say?
You got some white gloves so I can put them on and come in this room? Because you're not about to say I touched nothing or had my little makeup on it by accident.
Ooh, that's when I dyed my hair red, boy.
Oh,
my hair is red. That is horrible.
Yeah.
Red is the word. You see, that's why I went back black. Okay.
Yeah.
But Cat Williams said, Cat Williams said, if you're gonna have women over, you need to have pillowcases,
some silk headbands, correct?
Silk headbands, have a bonnet,
some bonnets.
That's why you have a nightstand, sir.
They only $1.99 at the spot.
Go ahead and grab a little nice little 5 or 6 of them.
You can grab a whole little pack.
Where I'm out of pack.
Yep. And even being intentional about the feel of your sheets.
Absolutely.
Don't get some good sheets. Don't get them little.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you.
Some good sheets.
Thread count.
Thread count, baby.
And breathability.
That Egyptian cotton.
The breathable, yes.
Breathability, you guys.
yes.
Breathable fabric. That's it. Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about that. I'm learning.
I learned that when I moved into my first apartment. I was like, yeah, this don't feel nothing like college.
Now it don't feel like college. Because college feel like a terry cloth. That's what college is. College is terry cloth.
Who remember Kmart?
Yeah. Yeah.
When you first move into your first apartment, you go to Kmart and go nuts. You be like, oh, I got these nice sheets. And then all of a sudden, somebody takes you to Macy's and gets you your first thread counted sheet from Macy's, and you feel it. You just be looking at yourself.
I love Kmart though, because Kmart used to have the best color variations for bathrooms.
Oh,
like, it's so hard to find cute towels in a variety of colors for the bathroom.
All the colors. They did.
Listen,
my bathroom is colorful. My bathroom
is very colorful. My first set for Macy's was crazy. I threw everything out after that going forward. Everything out. Everything
my bathroom is colorful simply because like that's the first place I go in the morning after I come out of my room. So I need to be energized. I need to wake up. Yeah, I need to be energized. I need to wake up. So it's real colorful in there. It took a lot of time for me to be able to find towels. Now I'm just trying to figure out how I want to hang them up. I want them all cutesy, but I haven't been able to find ways to make them real cutesy. The ones that I see on Pinterest and other stuff, like they basic. So I'm like, no, I don't want no basic. I don't want my towels to be basic. Like, I want some loopy and all that other kind of stuff. I want some designs on my towels because if they designed, people are less likely to use them. Don't use my decorative towels.
Absolutely.
That will get you put out. Don't use my decorative towels in my bathroom.
Let me tell you something. Back in the day, if you didn't have no extra towels in there for me to dry my hands, I was using that
decorative towel.
You know I'm over here. Why you got this pretty towel here? But
exactly. I got the pretty towel out.
Nothing.
With your initial on it.
Right. But you don't have no napkins
with your embroidery.
Me and that decorative towel, I'm gonna
be like this.
Wipe it under the back part.
Decoration.
So you won't see it, and then I'm
come in like, why the tea towel wet? Don't worry about it. The tea towel just gonna be wet. That's it.
I got that from my mama. My mama did not play about her decorative towels, and as I got older and I started decorating my own bathroom, I understood. That's what paper towels is in there for. You use paper towels for your hands. Do not use my decorative towels.
You ever went to a Caribbean household? Play around if you want. Play around if you want. Go to a Jamaican household. Go to a Haitian household. Play around with their towels if you want.
I air dry. I ain't play with them.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep. Don't worry about it. We
good. You better wipe them on your pants. You better wipe your hands on your pants.
First thing first, you go to a Jamaican. Who done used? Yep. Your friends have to go. Everybody.
Not everybody got to get out. See, that's what I said. That'll get
my cereal, my business, and I gotta leave now because you want to be using the towel.
Everybody's gonna stop. Everybody's gonna stop doing what they're doing and look at you like, "What you do?" I just use the towel, the ones with the name on it, the fancy one.
The fancy one. That's it. The fancy one.
The fancy.
And we knew like don't. And when I got older, and there was people, and I would go in the bathroom, and I would see the towel, like you know how you wipe your hands, it looked wrinkled and bald.
Ooh,
who used my towels?
I saved the day one time. I just started fanning it. I fanned it, put the toilet seat down, sat on it, try to iron it out.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
You made it worse because you done put your outside booty on my towel.
Listen, man. I was trying to say.
Now you done put your outside clothes. Now you done put your outside clothes on my inside towel.
Listen, I had to save the day. Look, it was either that or everybody get kicked out. Listen.
You wanted the party to continue. Like, no.
Yeah, let's keep the party going. The food was slamming. What are you doing? I had to take it for the team.
I got a question.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pablo.
Your thoughts on rugs?
Oh, I love area rugs. Man. It's one of my favorite things to source is the area rug.
Okay.
It is like, especially for people who are like, I really love neutrals, but I do want just a pop of color. Your area rug is the perfect place to bring in, and I mean be extra, be very extra. So I love
extra.
area rugs. Love area rugs. I actually just recently did a post about that. So and I'll share it with you, Leo, so you can share it with Pablo. Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on people who put rugs on top of carpet?
You know, it really depends on the space. I'm not against it. I'm a wood floor girl. If you ask me my preference, I always love a hard surface on the floor, just because one, I love the aesthetic, but then two, just the care for it is a lot easier, especially when you have a lot of traffic moving through. And if you're a person who doesn't require people to take off their shoes when they enter your home,
yeah, they wild for that.
You know, carpet can be sometimes hard to manage, especially if you're not great about maintenance. You know, so I feel like when you have carpet, you need to be having it clean at least once a quarter. You know what I mean? Maybe have something handy for any stains that come in there, depending on the color. And then, of course, whatever fabric they've used, wool or, you know, it all depends. But area rugs, hardwood floors, that's my jam. If you want to layer it on top of a carpet just because you actually want to protect the carpet too, go for it. Yeah.
Okay. One more. Concrete floors, like in a basement.
Love that. I love a polished concrete floor.
That polished concrete.
Love a polished concrete. I think it has such an amazing vibe, especially if you're into that industrial aesthetic. Super, super good. Great for maintenance and longevity. It will last you for a very, very long time. You know, you can do some really cool things with it. Even taking a concrete floor and throwing in some cool epoxy on it. I think you've probably seen people do that as well. That's cool. So I love a polished concrete. Yeah, and I love concrete also for a countertop. A polished concrete for a countertop as well.
Really?
Yeah.
And it gives it a vibe. I don't know what that is about that concrete, like on the floor in the basement. It gives it a vibe. It makes you feel like you can do all kind of stuff down there. Like you can have a party, you can just kick it, you can watch a movie. Like it feels very like just. I don't know. It makes you look like you outside when you're inside. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
Yes, indoor, outdoor friendly. Absolutely, absolutely. And it just makes you. I think that's important. You pointed that out. How different aesthetics can bring an energy to a space where you're like, oh, I just feel comfortable. I'm not even quite sure why I feel comfortable, but I feel like I could do anything here and it's safe. Concrete floors most certainly give that energy, and carpet does not. At least if you was raised how we was raised. It was like, be careful. Make sure you ain't dropping no things with no food where you're eating it. You know, so yeah, I love that. And for my guys, you trying to feel extra masculine. Polished concrete floors are a great direction to go in. Yeah.
Wait,
I think he gives it a roughage or roughness.
We like carpet too. I like
you can do
extra
carpet
to a space.
I like an extra plush carpet.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but
Carpet is cool, but
not Moses with the shag carpet.
Not shag.
Ooh, I like shag too.
I don't like shag.
Alpaca. That's alpaca. You got to block that.
I don't like shag. Shag, something falls in there.
I like good carpet.
Yeah,
I like good carpet because I like laying on the floor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know, Leo. We know.
I would.
I love laying on the floor.
We know, Leo. You done heard the stories.
Man, shut up, Pablo. I like laying on the floor because a floor is comfortable.
It's cooler.
A floor is really good because a lot of people have black. He always reckless and bringing up stuff that don't even matter at the time of the conversation.
I'm just saying.
But for those of us who have back problems, you have back problems and stuff like that, or if you have joint pain, like laying on the floor is really good because it helps to because beds sometimes they don't Yeah, they do all of the other stuff that your body does not need when you already in pain. So laying on the floor is good for that, but also it is good for grounding purposes. Laying on the floor. That's why I love laying on the floor. And I'm a country girl at heart. I love walking outside barefoot, just to barefoot, concrete, in the grass, all of that. So laying on the floor is similar to grounding for me. Like I like laying on the floor. It helps, and I color. Like that's why I color at most of the time. I lay in the floor and I color.
Yeah,
I do too.
I don't like sitting at the table coloring.
And it's cool.
Yeah, I don't like sitting at the table coloring. That feels adult.
That's a little girl.
That feels too adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels too adult to sit at the table and color. I like to lay on the floor and color.
I do sit at the table, but I love coloring.
Yeah, like sometimes sometimes I do when I done been to the gym too much and I'm a little stiff and who finna get up off this floor, I will sit at the table. But most of the time, like I like laying in the floor for that, you know, like you said, the little girl in me, she wanna lay on the floor and she wanna swing her feet and color, and I watch cartoons regularly, like
I love it.
regularly. So that helps to bring the space. And it brings that childlike feeling and vibe in here. So it does give you the space and want to color. Like, you know, you want to color. Go on and get one of them coloring books. Join me down here on this floor.
Come on over here. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta order me a new coloring book. Thank you for saying that.
Girl, go to the dollar store. They have all kind of coloring books.
The dollar store?
I do have an adult. I do. Dollar Tree has all kind. Dollar Tree and Marshalls. You go in the book section at Marshalls. You go in the book section at Marshalls or TJ Maxx. They have coloring books. They have crossword puzzle books. They got good table coffee table books. Oh, and then here is the coffee table book that we talked about, Iconic Home.
Yes, you guys pick it up. It is so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
I even like the way it look on the front. I wear that on the shirt.
It's beautiful. And the inside of the book, the inside cover is a wallpaper print from two designers, Forbes and Masters. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. Two amazing designers out of Atlanta, Georgia. And they have a line with Mitchell Black. If you guys don't know, Mitchell Black is a Black-owned wallpaper company. So if you're doing wallpaper, you want to support Black business, Mitchell Black is somewhere you can go to and use. And Forbes and Masters is one of the designers that they have partnered with and just sells some really, really dope pieces. I've used their wallpapers in some of my clients' homes. I'm actually getting ready to use one now. So check them out.
What's the name again? What's it called?
Mitchell Black Wallpaper and Textiles.
Mitchell Black.
And Forbes and Masters, if you go to the collections, Forbes and Masters are the two sisters. Beautiful. You'll see them.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work.
You say Forbes and Masters?
Forbes and Masters. Yeah, some beautiful wallpaper. Beautiful. So
okay, the interior design. Oh.
Yeah, see?
Oh, I love
it. Ayla, what you on? You on Instagram?
I Google.
Right.
Oh, you on Google?
I want to.
I'm over here on Instagram. Like I want to follow them.
Yeah,
I'm about to follow, but I want to pull up. I want to make sure I had the right ones because you know you pull up something on Instagram or Facebook, it'd be 17 of them. You don't know which one's the right
totally
one.
Different. You right. Yeah. You right. Yes, this is beautiful.
Ooh, and they're gorgeous. Okay, girls.
Yes, aren't they beautiful?
They're beautiful Black women. Okay.
Beautiful.
I love
another reason why you have to pick up the book. There's just beautiful Black people, men and women who are doing phenomenal work in this in interior design. So
and that's always a good thing to know because you don't know what you don't know until you learn something new. And so that is, let me make sure we won't have no more questions on Instagram because it was cracking over there. Oh, that sounds nice. Doc said he ripped out all the carpet and put down vinyl plank flooring.
Yes,
Mm.
vinyl. So let me tell you guys the difference. Most people know vinyl or laminate, and the biggest difference between the two is vinyl is water proof and laminate is water resistant. So if you have any type of water damage, vinyl you'll be able to keep, and laminate, depending on how long the water sat, you'll have to replace it. Laminate has lots more options in terms of color and texture, and looks more similar to natural wood floors. And then vinyl has the look of it, but not the feel. So just a little tip for
Okay.
anyone.
Ooh, so that I love. Okay, so when you said the industrial look,
Mm-hmm.
I really, really love the industrial look, and I think once I get my buildings and all of that other kind of stuff, that'll be the look that I go for because I love the brick wall look, the steel
Mm-hmm.
piping, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
all of that kind of stuff. I love the old industrial building look
Mm-hmm.
for art spaces and things like that.
Yes.
Like
Art
that
galleries.
just
Yeah.
brings out a whole different kind of feel, vibe, and energy. I feel like it brings the energy of creativity,
Agreed.
and the energy of production. So
Yes.
I definitely want them spaces for my future spaces.
Yes.
But lastly, can we
Mm-hmm.
talk about adding plants and nature into the home? Because you mentioned that before, and I definitely wanted
Mm.
people to understand the importance of adding those things to the home as well.
Yeah, so biophilic design, you guys, is about bringing greenery into your spaces. There's some really dope people on Instagram who specialize in plants and indoor plants that you can, really be successful at growing if you have a green thumb. I'm also a person who, although I love my live plants, there are some people who are like, I kill every single plant that I own. And you can actually invest in faux plants, you guys. It's not the same in terms of the physical benefits, right? You have oxygen that's happening, having greenery, real greenery in your home also helps with being productive. And it's been, studies have shown it helps you be more efficient. I think that has a lot to do with the exchange of CO2 and oxygen, whatever.
Mm.
But like you were saying, having wood floors, feeling grounded, your wood is also a part of bringing nature in, having your wood floors and your greenery. Greenery is trending right now. Lots of people love to have the plants, but you guys, it's about life. It's
Mm-hmm.
about bringing life into
Mhm.
your space. My questionnaire, I asked people of the five elements, like, what do you feel most connected to? So bringing water, you have a water feature in your space. So, the sound of water. You have your plants, smoke, your candles. Your fire. That could be your candles, can be your incense. If anyone sages or anything like that. Um, what else? Metals could be super simple. That can literally be the finishes in your home. But making sure that you are really introducing all of the five elements into your space will help you feel grounded and also really decompress that nervous system.
Mm.
Yeah.
See, this was some good stuff. Y'all got any
Thank
other
you.
questions?
Mhm.
Y'all got any other questions?
No,
Any other
girl.
good questions? Because I know for me, like the overall, I was really excited to just hear more about like your experience
Mhm.
as a interior designer and all that kind of stuff. Because most of the time, like I said, we don't really get to know or get to see
Mhm.
um, people of color doing things like that. And so when we do get to see it and experience it, I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yes, I get excited because then you know that there is a intention of us being able to make our spaces exactly what your brand is called, home and sanctuary, to make our home our
Mhm.
sanctuary, and
Mhm.
bringing those different elements and intentionalities into our space. So
I love that. And can
thank
I say this
you.
too? Let me say this, you guys,
Absolutely.
with it in light of it being Black History Month. Black people, have Black things in your home.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know how else to say that to you. Really and truly. Black art, Black authors, have your books. You guys, your home should really be a representation of you. And sometimes you feel disconnected to your spaces because you're not in it. literally, you're not in it. And you're so busy trying to play the part or fit in and look a certain way that you're missing the magic of who you are. So for all the Black folks that are listening, and not just Black folks, people of color, home is a beautiful way to incorporate your culture. You know, Moses was saying he's Haitian. I know you should have something Haitian in your home. You know what I'm saying? My family's West African from Sierra Leone. I most certainly honor that. And Liberian, I most certainly honor that. So for us, and that's another way to ground you and make you feel good about yourself. So showcase your culture in your home. Make it your own mini museum, you guys, in a thoughtful way. It's a great way of curating your spaces and personalizing your space as well.
Oh,
absolutely. I love that.
That's real good. I'm definitely working on getting Black art. Do y'all have Black art in your homes?
Mm-hmm.
I used to. I used to.
Yeah.
I got a whole, like I said, I got a whole cart. I've been like, I'm not gonna tell y'all how many tabs I got open. Just know it's a lot, and then everything is like bookmarked on what I'm purchasing when I'm ready to purchase.
I think
So,
my Amazon thing is probably 2,400,073.
It costs, yeah, you know. But even just, yeah, she said 2 million. But even some of the things that I want to purchase, like I've created like posts on Facebook where I ask questions about certain stuff, so I bookmark those posts. So I go back to them posts and start purchasing stuff from Black people and all that kind of stuff. And even putting something, like you said, even if it's not like cultural, but more with your family, putting your family pictures, not necessarily, even if it's like ancestors or your great grandparents or whatever. Put those things in your home because it makes you remember who you are and whose you are and what you're supposed to be doing, and that your life has purpose.
Your
life has purpose.
And another quick tip for art, for Black
absolutely.
art, you guys, sometimes you can't afford the actual original pieces, but sometimes those artists sell prints. So go back and invest in those prints. You know, do your prints if you can't afford the actual original piece.
Yeah, and then just go buy your little frame. Go buy your little frame and put it in and put it up.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie. I just came from a workshop for photographers, and the biggest concept that the guy was telling us is like print your work.
Please share more about that. Yeah.
That was something I had an issue with myself, like, you know, with me being what I do, like, you know, always. But I actually did that the other day. I printed one of my work and I just hung it up. And to be honest, it's been very inspiring. It's been very just something just that you could look at, just to be like, you know what, this is something that I created. So it just means you just added something to the world a little bit.
Absolutely. Yes. And you personalize your home with your own dope work. That's amazing. Yeah. I love that.
So it's just something that, you know, it's always something that I always like, it kept with me. Just something I printed, I did it, I printed it. So it's cool.
I love that. I hope you guys really do take that tip. Print your own artwork. My nephew, when he was 5, he drew a picture of my husband, and I still have it. I framed it. And it's so special to me. You know what I mean? He's never going to be 5 years old again. He's 14 now. And that was a moment where it's a picture of my husband, which is hilarious. But it was his interpretation. It's his interpretation of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
That's what I did with my my goddaughter. She draws a lot, and she would like randomly draw me pictures. So I put them like in a little book, and I said once I get my space, I'm going to frame them. All that she drew for me.
I love that. That's gonna be a really, really dope photo collage wall. To see all those poets. You know,
I've seen poets even frame their work, like poets. Like, they'll even frame their work. So you can frame any. At this point, I just feel like you just should frame anything that's a part of you.
Yes. Agreed. Totally agreed.
I'm with you when you're right, Ramita. And she said, and purchase artwork from your dope ass friends. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
She has purchased art from me. She has art in 2 canvases of mine in her office at her
Oh, that's
studio.
beautiful. I love
So
that.
Okay.
yes, she does. She is definitely one that is about supporting your friends and all of that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
thank you, boo. I gotta come see you. But overall, I am truly grateful for the information, the confirmation,
Mm-hmm.
and the conversation because it has like opened up so many doors. Now I'm probably not gonna be able to sleep because I'm gonna be on Pinterest all night looking for stuff.
Man, look, I'm
But
already pulled up. I was that's what I was doing over here. I'm like, I'm be on
I don't
here.
know what y'all talk. Half of the time y'all was talking, I was already on Pinterest.
I love
I was already
it.
on.
I already
No,
got it.
Pablo,
I'm about to be up.
there's somebody created a
Love it.
cognac, a Kodiak room, like the color
Yeah.
Yes.
cognac. Yeah,
Beautiful.
with the lighting and everything. It's awesome. If you want,
Yes.
girl, if
send
you
it
have
to
that
me. Let me see it. I want to
I
see
will
it.
see
Let me
it. I will
see it.
see
Let me
it.
see it.
Let me see.
But one of the things, like since we were talking about colors and all that kind of stuff, one thing that I said I was not purchasing when I moved in here, I was not buying no more brown damn furniture. I don't want to see no brown furniture nowhere.
Nowhere.
No.
Listen.
Cause I like when I first moved out and like me and my ex lived together, we had this big old brown sectional. Then my last apartment and my last house, we had brown. I said I wish I would buy anything damn brown.
That's personally you, and I love that you're
That's
honoring that that color is triggering and brings up emotions that you're not
Mm.
interested in having
I
right
don't
now.
I don't want no damn brown. That mean like that brown to me is like last option. Like it can't be nothing else available for me to go brown.
Here's
And
the
then
good
that
thing
really means
though.
I just settled.
Even if you do go
So
brown, you can go ahead and DIY it and spray paint it whatever color you
Color
want.
you
listen,
want.
listen. I be them, but I don't even want to buy a brown couch. I will not. We is not even gonna purchase nothing brown. None.
Nobody's gonna force you. Nobody's gonna force
And
you. But I'm gonna say
you
this:
not
in a
finna
couple
force
years,
me.
a couple years you might walk into a store and see the sexiest leather
I
brown
might,
cognac sofa, nice
Chocolate.
lines, and you
but
like,
right
I think
now,
I'm okay.
hell no.
I hear you.
Right now, I'm like, give me a blue, give me a
Yeah.
navy blue. I take a
Yeah.
navy blue. I saw a pretty, really pretty rust colored orange.
Oh yeah.
I take
Oh yeah,
any color but brown.
I'm here
I'm
for
with
it.
you.
I'm here
Gray
for
would
it.
be settling, but brown, I would have to tussle. And I'm not buying nothing used. No, I
Mhm.
want new. I want new. And
I
you
don't
ain't
even
gonna
want
make
a
me
couch.
think otherwise.
I
I
don't
live
even
on
want a
Facebook
couch.
Amen.
Marketplace.
I want that big it's like a pillow couch. I want one of those.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
the nest.
Yep.
The one,
Oh, you're looking at.
yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
live on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know what you're talking about.
I enjoy Facebook Marketplace for other things. Like
wow.
I go on Facebook Marketplace for plants and stuff like that. But for my furniture, no. And it's a lot of personal reasons as to no,
I
I'm about
hear
to say,
you.
I
hell
got
no.
half,
Like
half my
any
studio
way that you
furniture.
can say no, that's
Me,
insert
Nye,
there.
Nay.
Yeah,
Yes,
half
insert it
my
there.
half my furniture in the studio came from Facebook Marketplace.
I've never
Yeah.
used
See, that's
Facebook
different.
Marketplace. Never
That's
used it.
different. Talking about your studio, you don't want to spend a whole lot, but you want to be able to furnish it. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
cool. I hell no, and I'm standing on
I
that.
broke
Like
the bank when I first moved here. Like this table, I'm
that would
mad at
be
this
good.
table because I don't even sit at
Yeah,
it, and I paid too much damn money for this table.
that mirror
Mm.
behind you look heavy. It
Oh,
look old
you
school and
Yeah.
heavy.
Matt,
Yeah.
this is my pride. If the house burnt down,
That's what you
this is
take.
coming with me. I promise
Oh,
you.
that's right. Now that's right.
I love this
That
mirror.
basket with
Glass
basket,
falling
is it
out
a
the door,
metal?
but it's going with them.
Huh?
Is it a metal or is it a wood? It's a that's a beautiful basket. That's wood.
I don't even know. It ain't wood though.
It's not wood. Okay.
No, it's metal. I was just told it's metal. I don't know. It's going out the door. I'll tell you
I
that.
know that's right. You walking out, hey man.
Yep. So, Kadija, let people know how they can connect with you, how they can find you, and how they can book your services. Listen, y'all, we're not bringing these amazing people on here for y'all not to book their services, okay? Go follow them. Go get inspired by them, all of that kind of stuff. Go look at their pages and see what works for you and how, like, what they have there can assist you in your journey, whatever that may look like.
Yeah.
If it means that you just get inspired because they should look really clean, then go be inspired by looking at somebody else's really clean home. Okay, that makes you want to go clean up, then so do it. Yes. But we're not bringing these amazing people on here for y'all not to connect with them. Connect with them, look on their pages, and book them because they are amazing at what they do. Y'all know I don't bring y'all no trash. Y'all know that.
I'm here for that.
Kadija, tell the people how to connect with you, honey.
So you guys can find me on Instagram at Home and Sanctuary LLC. Same on on Facebook. And my website is www.hosahomes, and that's spelled HOSAHOMES.com. And you can book, you can schedule your design chat if you never worked with a designer before. Before you start booking services, you really want to have a chat and make sure that you connect, make sure you guys are a good fit. And after that chat, then they'll send you how you can book services and stuff like that if you guys decide to move forward. But that's how you can reach me. Sometimes it's not about booking services, you guys. I am really, really, really about being in the flow of who I'm supposed to be working with. Sometimes you're just supposed to watch and get ideas and DIY and do things on your own. And then sometimes it is time to bring someone in. And if I am not the designer for you, that is okay. Get out there and interview and find other designers because there's enough business for everybody. It's about abundance mindset over here. So
I like that.
You're a Cowboy fan.
Yeah, thank you.
Unless you're a Cowboy fan. Don't forget that part.
Unless you're a Cowboy fan, y'all.
There you go.
You need help. You need help.
Did you say we? You a Cowboys fan?
No, I said he needs help. I do not like a Cowboys.
Oh, I was about to say, you're a Cowboys fan? I didn't know.
Not even a little bit. Not even halfway. Not even a little bit.
Wait, nobody's a Cowboys fan?
No. Why?
Doc said buying a brown couch in 2024 is like buying a used couch from Florida Evans. Sir,
that is
listen, that is deep, and I'm triggered.
Well,
I am triggered.
Greatest villain in the history of TV.
My God,
man, here you go on your soapbox.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm just saying she the biggest villain on TV. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. But thank you again so much for joining us tonight. Listen, again, y'all go check out Home and Sanctuary on Facebook, Instagram, and HOSA, HOSA homes.com. Even if you just need to get a little conversation going, you know, go check her out. Go check her out for inspiration and all of that dope stuff. Yeah. We got some good stuff, so we're gonna take a little break to give y'all some of these dope commercials. And then we'll be back to round this episode out, you know, with a few little things that we done seen recently on social media and whatnot. All right, we'll be right back because y'all know social media be doing this thing. So give us a minute and we'll be right back, y'all. All right, I gotta do a lot of scrolling. There's a lot of stuff on here. Here we go. right, y'all. We is back. If y'all didn't see that first commercial, let me tell y'all
what that first commercial say, girl. What is talking about?
Let me tell you what you missed. Okay, let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you. Because it's good. Y'all know, I told y'all it was coming. The information for the Fat Fam trip this year, it is called the Fat Fam Fiesta. We are in Punta Cana this year, the Fat Fam Fiesta. That's a tongue twister. The Fat Fam Fiesta Punta Cana edition is here, okay? Listen, we having food, drinks, music, vibes, and tropical views. We will be at the Royalton Chic in Punta Cana from September 18th through the 22nd, okay? I will put the link in the comment section so you can go check it out at your leisure. And when I tell y'all, I don't bring you no trash, okay? I don't bring you no trash. Okay. If you check out the Royalton Chic Punta Cana and then go ahead and book, because, my favorite girl of Unforgettables, she is helping us once again to put this whole thing together. And I am so very grateful for having somebody to do this part, because this ain't my thing. I'm going to just tell you where I want to go, and I'm going to let her take over. So that's what she's doing. It is another PGC Media and Unforgettables tag team on this trip. But again, we will be there from September 18th through the 22nd. All right. Woo. All right. Woo. So make sure y'all tap in. And then none other than Haitian Boy Images. He is looking to connect with y'all. All right. Listen, if you in the DC, Maryland, Virginia, Indiana, Illinois, Pennsylvania areas, check him out. He looking to do some work with you.
Anything east of the Mississippi, he got you. Anything east of the Mississippi.
Listen, okay? Anything outside of, outside of the West Coast, he got you,
If you in Alaska, he'll meet you halfway.
He might even come west,
I might even go there. Don't say that.
Right. So make sure y'all check him out. He does all of the things.
What type of place you got us going, man? They got swings and shit in the lobby.
Why is that? Why is that?
I forgot what's the problem.
What's the problem?
Pablo always got to find a problem. He couldn't even go on there and look at it and just enjoy that it was a view. God. He had to go on there and automatically think something was otherwise on there.
He weird.
Yeah, swinging bags in the lobby.
You could tell he ain't been nowhere.
Okay.
That's why Baltimore's by itself. That's why
I understand now. But also,
there's no B in DMV. I just want y'all to know that.
All righty. Make sure you guys save the dates. 3/31/24. The Fat Girl Chronicles is turning 5, and we are celebrating. Okay, you're invited. You are invited. We are turning 5. Our birthday is 3/19, but we are celebrating on 3/31. And we want you guys to join us. Details will be coming next week, so you guys will be able to purchase tickets and all of that good stuff to join us for our 5th anniversary. Listen, it's been a journey, but we glad y'all get to join us on it. Okay, so y'all know this is the part of the show where we get to finding stuff, and I found some stuff. But since it's Black History Month, I wanted to give y'all a good little laugh real quick. Because this tickled me, because this is really this is a celebration of Black History Month, because this is real Black peopling. Okay, here we go.
You make one of your favorite artists laugh during his concert.
You better say that shit.
It's
Damn,
always
damn it.
he
That would have
like
been me at the concert.
I wouldn't have got back that fast. I tell you that much. It would took me a minute to get back.
Yeah, the crowd been singing for a
Hey,
little while before I get back on that.
listen, because she was for real, for real. And then, of course, I have an additional Black history, Black people in moments. This one I was really in shock, but it tickled me and I cackled for a good little moment. So let's see. Is it this? No, it's this one.
Twin. Where have you been? Nobody knows me like you do. Nobody gonna love me quite like you. Can't even deny it. Every time I try it, one look in my eyes, you know I'm lying. I'm never gonna love like this again. You were made for me. Baby, you were made. You were made for me.
It's the for me.
Miss Angelou wouldn't appreciate that.
It was too close. I was like, Brad, wait a minute. But here's the effery of it all.
Of course, my dear, I absolutely will. Still you rise. The smell of your perfume. I thought I was immune. Looking around this room, can't help but see the traces of you. This moment is surreal. I can't put into words how I feel. Twin. Where have you been? Nobody knows me like you do. Nobody gon' love me quite like you do. Even deny it every time I try it. One look in my eyes, you know I'm lying. I love you, sweetheart.
I love you, sweetheart.
That's crazy.
Listen, it was the twin. Twin. Because what is even happening? And why is you even singing in Maya's voice? But I love Black people. And so we gonna always do our thing. And that just tickled me to the core. When I
Why
saw
you
that.
talking like that?
I can't help it. That's she in the mode with him.
To the core. Twin. Where have you been? Twin.
Nobody.
It was right, okay. Nobody knows me like you do. And still you rise. That was the part that took me out. And still you rise. Because what? What are we doing? But this next video is more of a conversation, and it's gonna be our last video, so we can roll it on out because I know this conversation gonna get a little deep. But I'm gonna let y'all check this out. It's like a minute and a half, and then we're gonna have conversation on it.
Relationship and your homegirl's not in a relationship, is it okay for your man to make sure your homegirl is good? Like walking her to the car?
Whoa. And I'm not asking this to be inflammatory. A very serious discussion that I think we don't fully have is protection for women. Yeah. And what that protection looks like outside of just the willingness to inflict violence. Right. And so when we talk about your man being able to make sure your homegirl is good, it's like the qualities that you saw in him. Are you attempting to now bottle those? Do you not expect him to stand on his square when it comes to, because if that's your people, right? And most upstanding men I know support community on their shoulders. So it's like, I'm not saying he gotta buy all y'all drinks every time you go to the club, but it's like, I personally would like to be a man in a relationship where even if my lady people got a problem, she think to call me for it. You feel me? I'm not saying that I'm going over her homegirl house when her homegirl by herself and my girl don't know. That's not what I'm saying. But like walking her to the car, like that shouldn't even really be a question. I low key don't care if like you a stranger. If I'm in proximity, like and it's within and she comfortable with me walking her to the car, I'ma do it because that's just how I was brought up. You feel me?
Yeah, that part.
You said what you said, black man.
That part. Yeah, because
so first of all, go ahead, Pablo.
Yeah, that's your homegirl. We gonna make sure you get to the car. That's just what it is. It don't have to just be me. We both can take you down to the car. We can ride you down to the car. You get in our car. We'll drive you to your car. Make sure you get there. Yeah, we want to make sure you're safe because you peoples at this point. If that's your homegirl, she my homegirl. Like that's what it is. So.
I don't think it had I did see that skit too. I don't think people take it a little step further. Like we forgot. Like they really forgot. Men forget how to be men at the end of the day. Like there's nothing wrong with being a gentleman. There's nothing wrong just because I don't know Ella don't mean I can't open the door for her. Like it doesn't mean anything. Just be a gentleman at the end of the day. That's basic concept of just being a man. Just
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that at all. I don't see not a problem with it.
I
think so many people are. Oh, go ahead, baby.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think the because at first a good portion of the women was like, no. I think that comes from a scorn. I don't even want to say scorn. Maybe it just comes from a mentality of that whole thing where
trust is gone. That's all.
Yeah. It's like now, if you don't trust your man or even your friend enough, then let's dabble with that part first.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Because what is it in your head, or what have they done that makes you not trust them enough for him to at least walk her to the car? Like my guy walks my friends to the car all the time. If they need, if it's sometimes I'm walking with him, sometimes I'm not. But he'll walk them. So he's like, oh, they about to go. Let me walk them to the car. And it's just like one of those things where he's making sure that they're getting to. It's dark. It's late. They down the block. Why would he not? I don't think nothing of it. You know what I mean? But for some women who aren't secure in a relationship, or they've had some situations in that relationship, or even with that friend, they don't trust it.
Yep. I think sometimes we forget that people are people. And yes, women do still need protection. I think also a lot of us have gotten away from just the understanding that women do be needing protection, especially Black women. Like there's so many Black and brown women that's coming up missing all over the place, and for you gonna trip because he walked her to the car, girl, bye. And like he said, even if I'm a stranger and I'm in proximity and I'm watching, not on no creep nothing, but I'm in proximity and I'm gonna make sure that you get to your car safe because I want to see you make it. Because it's a lot of people who wouldn't. Hell, when I'm on the phone with most of y'all and I'm like, stay on this phone until I get in the house. Or you sit in the car, get out, especially Ayla, get your ass out that car.
I will sit in that bad boy.
I'm gonna stay on this phone till you get in the house because it's just a matter of courtesy and common care. Because we always talk about self-care and all this other kind of stuff, but we forget about communal care. Communal care is care for the community, and we need those things because hell, how we out here surviving without communal care? And if we're not doing that, we're not paying attention, we're not taking care of one another, then what are we doing? And I think as far as just common courtesy and care goes a long way, and not putting your insecurities and all of the other BS at the forefront of it. Like, if your friend ain't showing you no reason not to trust her, hell, I mean, in my previous relationship, bye. I'm finna go. Y'all can stay here if y'all want to. I need to run to the store. I'm not to question my best friend and my man. If I can't leave y'all here by yourself, then what are we even doing?
What are we doing? Why am I your friend and why is that my man?
Right. Because and then a lot of them women was in the, like you said, Ayla, at the very beginning of the video, they like, nah, because they instantly went to a different place in their mind instead of going to the place that she was taking. And she was literally saying, like, is it okay for him to walk her to the car? Why did you even have to ask that question, though? Why is that even a question if it's okay for your man to walk your friend to her car?
They definitely had an argument about it.
Have we gotten so far apart as a society that that's no longer a thing? Are we constantly combating each other to that point where now it's just like, what?
Yep.
I'm like,
Farrakhan said it best. Minister Farrakhan said it best. The most unprotected species person in the world is the Black woman. And it's unfortunate because that's very true in that statement with the way that those women reacted. Because I'm going to say this, and people might gonna be mad at me, but women are part of the problem. They are part of the problem.
We don't protect each other.
Exactly.
We don't protect each other. Black men don't protect us. We don't protect us. Like, I'll be damned if I see something happening to a Black woman and I don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're like, you need some help. And a lot of the times it just don't even be nothing extreme. It's simple stuff. Common help and care. Hell, I could be in the store and there's a woman reaching on the shelf or something. You need some help? Like,
I mean, because you
don't even offer help.
I be wishing somebody might come by when I'm trying to get the date. I don't know why they put my favorite cereal at the top. Like, why is it up there? And they don't have no ladders in the store. I'll be having to wait for people to come. So,
but yeah, we don't even offer simple things like that to each other. Like just reaching on the shelf, sis, you need it. Here, let me, but stuff like that.
Yeah.
You muted. What you say, Moses? Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't even do stuff like that.
And also, like y'all said, if a guy even offers, a woman's whole mindset thinking he wants something else, not just being friendly or just being helpful. So yeah, the whole mindset is messed up nowadays. And women be the first ones at the funeral crying that their homegirl got murdered and thrown in the ditch, but you let her walk down the street to get to her car by herself. So
absolutely, you wasn't with her, or at least let somebody walk with her. Oh, she good, she had it, and now she missing. You can't find her. You know, something happened to me years ago, and I always tell this story because it was so random. I was trying to get on the train, and for whatever reason, I guess I wasn't counting my money right. I had no money on me, no money on my card, nothing. I didn't have enough money to get home from work. And this guy just walked up and he just slid $20 in the machine and added it to my bus card. It's a bus and train fare card. They go hand in hand. And he was like, he's like, I don't want nothing from you. I just wanted to make sure that you got home safely. And then he walked up. I ain't seen that man since then. You hear what I'm saying? Never seen that man after. And I take the train at the same time, pretty much the whole time during that time. I think I was probably like 23, 24 then. And that changed my mindset in a way of thinking that every time a man does something or tries to do something, it means that he wants something in return. After that, I thought about it like, why? And it could just be because of experiences, and then also what you've probably been taught. Like, don't no man do nothing for you unless he wants something from you. But that particular man that day did that, and that was it. And then I've been able to recognize when men are doing stuff just because I'm a Black woman, just because they were raised that way, just because I may be looking a little crazy that day. They don't want nothing in return.
I be so oblivious. I don't even be knowing if it is something more than just a nigga being nice. I be like, oh, thanks. And I go on about my merry little way because any other time, unless you flat out say something, I'm just oblivious. I think you're being nice. Because 90% of the time, I'm just being nice, and most people think I'll be flirting. It's not.
Girl, yes. Like, I am not.
You'll know when I'm flirting. You know when I'm flirting.
If I'm flirting, I'm touching.
I'm just nice. Absolutely. It's a difference.
It's a difference in the flirt.
And I'm going to touch you. But other than that, if I'm just laughing and kikiing with you, I'm just being nice. I'm not flirting with you, sir.
I think that's the
I'm
problem
just
too.
being nice.
People
And I'm
don't
trying
know
to
how to
feel
read
you
the
out
room.
to see if you a creep or not.
People don't know how to read the room.
Yeah, some people don't know how to read the room.
People don't know how to read the room.
Mm-mm.
That's always been a problem with a lot of people.
Sometimes people really do be trying to be on something, and people might be like me. I'll be oblivious unless you flat out say it. I just be like, oh, okay. Well, have a good day.
It's not about being oblivious. I mean, yeah. So there's some people who really don't like, who really everything goes over their head, but some people just don't know how to read the room. Like I could walk in. That's the first thing I do. Like that's like the New York mentality in me. I read the room first.
Mm-hmm.
I have to. Like I got to make sure there's no stranger danger for me. And
that part.
Stranger danger.
I went to a club one time and I was like, oh no, I gotta go. Paid a whole $30 and left in 10 minutes.
Listen, pay for parking and everything.
Yeah.
And I got a sweatshirt. I got a sweatshirt that says, I came, I saw, I got anxiety, I left. Because that's literally what it is.
Okay, that's exactly what it is.
But that's before I even knew anxiety was a thing.
Yeah, and sometimes that be the protection, like, nah, go and get your ass out of there. Time you to go. But a lot of times I go to places and I'll be like, yeah, I'm only staying for a little while and then I'm gonna go ahead and go. But also I people a lot. So my people meter be low. It'd be like, nah, I'm good. I'm only coming because I said I was coming and I wanted to support y'all. But other than that, I'm finna go back home.
I'm quick to do that too. I'm quick to just to show up. Hi, be seen, take a flick.
You saw me?
I'm out.
You saw me? Hi. Okay, bye.
Wasn't it my first? Yes, I was. I took this picture. Remember?
The last right. And then the last time I did that, I got ready to go. My homeboy like, no, wait, stay a little while. Okay, I'm gonna stay. And as soon as I noticed that he was not looking at me no more, or he wasn't like in the vicinity, I slid right on out that door. I was, and by the time I was halfway home and he noticed that I was gone, he texted me like, "You heifer." Yeah, baby, I'm gone. I stayed a few minutes longer. I wasn't there much longer, but a few minutes was all I could do, boo.
That's all I had in me.
I just wanted to have that conversation because I've seen that clip several times, and just the thought of us having to actually go through those thought processes in order for a man to be a man and provide protection for that woman is insane. But we're gonna have more of those conversations probably next week. We're gonna talk a little more about communal care, protection of each other, and all that kind of good stuff, because I'm seeing more and more that it has become a thing that now we got to do all of this over the top stuff and ask permission and all of that for our significant others to do their thing or whatever. So
yeah.
But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for joining us for another episode. Listen, I hope y'all got some amazing pointers and tips and gems and all of that good stuff from our good girlfriend, Miss Kadija Taylor of Home and Sanctuary. Make sure y'all check her out, hosahomes.com. That's HOSA homes.com. And make sure y'all follow her, Home and the word home, not the symbol and not an N, Home and Sanctuary on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure y'all check her out, connect with her and all of that good stuff, because it's some beautiful things over there. She is absolutely beautiful spirit. If y'all did not catch it, if y'all didn't catch the vibes, y'all off. Go on and stand outside a little while, put your feet on the grass and go hug a tree or something, because y'all didn't catch them good vibes and them good energy.
Get grounded.
You was in a bad space, okay? But make sure y'all check her out, connect with her, all of that good stuff. And if you can't connect, at least go on her page and find some inspiration and find some information, because it might be exactly what you're looking for right on her page, okay? And then again, make sure y'all check us out. This Friday, the Aunties is back
And
with another
is
conversation this Friday, and we're talking about healing the Black man's heart.
yes.
So we having that conversation this Friday. So make sure y'all join us. And don't forget about the Fat Fam Fiesta. The
That's Mexican, homie. That's Mexican. Stop.
Punta Cana is what? The Dominican
What's
Republic.
How you doing Mexican sounds?
No, I'm not doing Mexican sounds. Latino people roll their tongue. They're not
Crazy.
But it's not dedicated to a Mexican.
But the Fat Fam Fiesta in Punta Cana, we will be at the Royalton Chic September 18th through the 22nd. Stay tuned. Make sure y'all go on and look at all of the information over there so y'all can not meet us there, but join us there. I meant to say not beat us there, but meet us there. And then March 31st, the Fat Fam 5-year celebration of PGC, the Fat Girl Chronicles. And you guys are invited. All of the information will be in rotation by the beginning of next week. Link and all so you can join us. We will be in Chicago, Illinois, just for those who want to know. So y'all will be able to connect with us, commune with us, and join us as we celebrate 5 years of the Fat Girl Chronicles. It's been a journey, but here we are, okay? So, yeah, we are out. We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all for always rocking and rolling with us. And y'all know what I say. Whatever you do for the rest of the evening and the rest of the week, don't do it with your half-ass. Do it with your whole ass, y'all. We up out this thing. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. 2 fingers. And we in the words of the mouth. And we out.
You gotta do it with your whole ass.